The Rainbow Six Siege Six Invitational is the biggest tournament of the year. The importance of the tournament cannot be understated. The prize pools in the recent years have been at least $1 million since 2019, if I remember correctly. That is life-changing money, for one, and then for two, you will be cemented in the history of the game forever. Therefore, it is very important to go over the history of the players and, most importantly, answer a question a lot of people don't like to think about. What happened to the players who won Six Invitational? Without further ado, we're going to start in order. The very first Six Invitational took place in 2017, and back in 2017, there was both a PC Pro League and an Xbox Pro League. Because this was the only Six Invitational with an Xbox, invitational, I think we should go over that one first. The winners of the first Xbox Invitational were Team Elevate. Elevate won, their Xbox counterpart. They had a PC team as well, if I remember correctly. And the winners of that invitational were Bosco, Fighter, Skies, England, and Laxing. What happened to this team after the Six Invitational was they all switched to PC. So back then, the first thing they did was switch to PC because Xbox Pro League was going to be discontinued, and anyone who wanted to continue to compete had no choice but to switch to PC. Now, we're going to go player by player here. The very first player on that team was Bosco. Bosco ended up switching teams to the PC version of Elevate. If I remember correctly, I don't want to... Yeah, Bosco ended up joining at some point for the PC Elevate scene. Bosco grinded, joined Onslaught, then ended up joining Era Eternity in 2017. That lasted only a few months before he joined Obey Alliance. On Obey Alliance, Bosco was able to get decent results. Specifically, he qualified for the Six Major Paris in 2018, got top 8, qualified for SI 2018 with their Eternity, got top 16. Not a great result compared to winning an Invitational, of course. Made it to DreamHack Winter in 2018 with SSG afterwards, got 4th, but while on Obey, qualified for the US Nationals. I mean, they qualified for US Nationals, but then he ended up getting picked up by SSG. While on Obey, he got 8th place in Pro League, which is not very good. I don't remember if that was relegation or not, because I don't remember if they had 8 or 10 teams back then. But either way, Bosco got picked up by SSG as a support player, got top 4 at the US Nationals, 4th place at DreamHack Winter 2018, got top 8 at Six Invitational 2019, got 5th at Pro League Season 9, got top 8 at the Vegas Minor, got top 8 at Raleigh 2019 Major, qualified for the 2019 US Nationals, got top 8 at DreamHack Montreal 2019, ended up getting 2nd place at OGA Pit Season 3, which was a pretty big minor tournament. The winner of that was Liquid, and they qualified to SI off of that. Got 5th in Pro League. Had to go through the Six Invitational 2020 qualifier, and then he ended up winning Six Invitational 2020. He won 2 Invitationals, one on Xbox, one on PC. Also won US Nationals right before qualifying for SI 2020. After that, they were still the best team in NA. They won Pro League Season 11. Then when FACEIT took over, they won Stage 1 of NAL 2020. They got 3rd at the 6 August 2020 Major, and then they started to fall off a bit. So they got 4th at the Stage 2, and then they didn't really do too well in the finals. They got 4th there as well. And then by Six Invitational 2021, they got top 16, top 8 at Mexico Major, top 8 at Sweden Major, top 12 at SI 2022, top 12 at Jönköping Major, got top 12 at SI 2023, made every SI, but then he eventually got dropped with SSG's rebuilt after SI 2023. What ended up happening was Bosco was kind of floating, couldn't really find a great team at the time, so he decided to take a break for a year. After about a year of not, I mean, he played the game, he played ranked, but he didn't really play comp. He wanted a break, and rightfully so. He did so much that he deserved it. But Bosco then ended up joining Wildcard after a year. Now, with Wildcard, frankly, wasn't a great team. He's the IGL of the team now, alongside Spiker, so he does have some leadership qualities now that he imposes, but he kept getting more so disappointing kind of results. Top 8 at the Esports World Cup qualifier, the NAL LCQ qualifier, um, you know, top he got fifth in the actual stage 2 of NAL. He got top 4 in the LCQ and he lost to a Challenger League team that qualified for the major. But so far this year, he actually got first place in a close qualifier of the Six Invitational in 2025, and maybe we'll see Bosco again at SI. The next person on the list is Fighter. So, Fighter ended up retiring in 2019, but he went from Elevate to the PC Elevate roster, did absolutely nothing, and then on PC he ended up joining Polar Ace, I believe, failed to qualify to Challenger League, and then failed to qualify to SI through the APAC bracket, which I don't know why he was an APAC. I really don't know. But failures all around. He fell off the face of the earth, and he wasn't able to really get anything going, which is really sad to see, but that was the reality of the situation. Fighter ended up falling off after winning SI. Skies is a legend of the game. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I'm a massive fan of Skies. I think his mechanics are crazy, and for somebody who switched directly from Xbox to PC, his ability to play his aim was fantastic. After Elevate, he ended up joining CLG, which was Counter Logic Gaming, for a little bit. Then he played on Obey with Bosco, and then he ended up going to Team Reciprocity. Team Reciprocity kind of fell apart, so Dark Zero picked up Skies, and then he ended up getting dropped by DZ, and he just retired. Then he ended up coming back, joined SSG for a bit, went back to DZ for about half a year, and then he ended up going to Parabellum to try and build a team. Realized it wasn't worth it because Parabellum was a scam org, and then he retired again. If we're going to look at some of his results after winning SI 2017, he ended up playing a T3 League CCS Invite Series Season 2, lost only on forfeit, joined CLG, played SI 2018, got top 16, did pretty mid in Pro League, actually lost a relegation, so got kicked out of Pro League Season 7, joined Obey because he was just pretty good for his team, ended up getting top 12 of the DreamHack Austin, qualified for the 6 major pairs and got top 8 with Bosco, got disqualified for forfeiting from OGA Pit Season 1, which wasn't really the important one. That was just a random Tier 3-ish tournament, not really a big deal. Failed to qualify to... Oh no, he did qualify to US Nationals at some point in 2018. Got 8th place in Pro League with Obey. Ended up getting bought out by Reciprocity. And that's where his career on PC started getting to a an upward slope, you could say. He gets picked up by Reciprocity, gets top 4 at SI 2019, losing only to the eventual winners in G2. Ended up playing US Nationals, Western Conference, and qualified to the actual main event. He ended up getting to... he did not qualify for the Rally Major. Got top 12 at DreamHack Montreal, top 8 at DreamHack Valencia. Got top 4 at Pro League Season 10 Finals, also losing to the winner of the tournament. Got second place in Pro League, which was very impressive, all things considered, but then ended up getting picked up by Dark Zero because after the Pro League Season 10 finals, Reciprocity decided to make some changes, and they swapped Skies for Nyx, I believe. So Skies ended up going to DZ, got top 8 at US Nationals, then played Six Invitational 2020 and got top 6. Ended up getting third in Pro League Season 11, did pretty decent throughout Pro League and so forth. At the 6 August 2020 major, he won it. He got third at the 6 November 2020 major. At SI 2021, he ended up getting top 16, so a pretty disappointing finish. Second at the US NAL 2020 finals, 2021 stage 1, he got 6th. 2021 stage 3, he got 1st. Not really sure what happened stage 2. There wasn't really any situation. Oh, he wasn't on a team. There it is. Yeah, so he got first place in stage 3 of 2021 on SSG. Got top 8 at the SI, not SI, 6 Sweden Major 2021. Got top 4 at the 2021 season finals. Got top 12 at SI 2022. Got 5, 6, 9th place finishes, pretty average on SSG. Retired for a while, came back to DZ, specifically to play SI 2023, got top 12, and then ended up trying to build a Parabellum team that kept getting last place and even failed to qualify to Gamers Without Borders 2023 against mid-pack CL CL teams, and then he ended up retiring. So honestly, he did not reach the same heights he had when he was playing on console, but nonetheless, he did have some pretty decent runs at some events. He won a few minor events, but overall fell off. Next on the list is England. England he's interesting. Apparently he's a very smart player, but after winning SI 2017, switched to PC, played on CLG as well, top 16 at SI 2018, and they got relegated, and then failed to qual to 6 Major Paris on Orglis team, joined Mouse, which was in Pro League, Mouse Sports. Didn't really do much there. I mean, they qualified for USN 2018, and then they ended up joining Rise Nation. This was a team with Hyper and so forth. Got top 8 at the US Nationals 2018. Failed to qualify for SI 2019. Got failed relegation for Pro League Season 9. Got relegated. Failed to make events repeatedly. Got top 11 to Allied Esports Vegas Minor 2019. Failed to qualify for the Rally Major. Got third in CL, which once again doesn't get into Pro League. Got top 6 at the NA qualifier. Got top 8 at the OGA Pit Season 3 qualifier. Got third place at CL Season 11 again. Just kept staying in CL, not really making it anywhere. And at a certain point, he just retired. He couldn't make it back in Pro League. He was in CL for 3 years, grinding and trying to make it, but unfortunately, England couldn't. And the last person from that original Elevate roster on Xbox was Laxing, which now most of the current esports viewers know as an analyst, a desk host, but the reality is Laxing was a fantastic player. Like, a legend. He really is a legend. So, after Elevate, he ends up going to CLG, same with the rest of the team. Played on Beast Coast a little bit, split apart for them, joined Cloud9. Cloud9, he got top 12 at the Paris Major Quals, didn't make it. Top 16 in DreamHack Valencia. Top 4th place in OGA Pit Season 11. Won DreamHack Montreal 2018. 6th place in Pro League Season 8. 3rd, 4th place in USN, so the United States Nationals 2018. Not too horrible. Got top 4 with Reciprocity, because the Cloud9 roster went to Reciprocity at Six Invitational 2019. 3rd in Pro League. I mean, same results as Thaus guys with Rec up until SI 2020. And Pro League Season 11, he got 4th place, but then he ended up getting, well, the org shut down. He got picked up by, or the org got picked up by, or the team got picked up by Oxygen Esports. Ended up getting about top 4 finishes throughout 2020. Same kind of thing stayed in 2021, but he got top 6 at SI 2021. He got top 16 at the Sweden Major 2021. Not too great, but not too bad. 2022, he got top 8 at SI 2022. He got top 4 at the 6 Charlotte Major 2022. Top 4, I mean. He got second and third in NAL. Top 12 at 6 Berlin Major. Ended up getting dropped. Tried to build a team with Skies on Parabellum. Didn't work out. And then he became a caster / analyst. A desk worker, broadcast worker, I'm not sure what to call it. And that will be the last player from the Elevate roster that won the 2017 Xbox Invitational. In 2017, there was also a PC Invitational alongside the Xbox Invitational. The winner of the PC Invitational was Continuum, which featured Canadian, Necrox, Young, King George, and NBK. To start off the list, we have to go with Canadian first. Canadian is just an absolute legend. So, Canadian was back in the day on Continuum, won SI 2017, did pretty good in Pro League, almost got relegated, but he stayed in Pro League, won Season 3 of Pro League, got top 8 at the finals, but at this point he was on Evil Geniuses, which picked up the team. He got second place at SI 2018, top 8 at the Season 7 finals. You know, he did okay, like top 2, top 8 finishes, depending on the event. Regionally was a legend, but internationally started to fall off with the Pro League Season 8 finals, getting eliminated by Fnatic. At SI 2019, getting top 8 against Reciprocity, losing Pro League finals in Season 9 to a comeback from Team Empire, getting top 12 at the Rally Major. I mean, that was interesting. He just left. He ended up joining SSG, which is when SSG started to play better, of course, because, I mean, Canadian's just one of the best IGLs of all time. Ended up doing pretty well, qualified for SI 2020, and then in 2020 he won another invitational. He got first place at SI 2020. SSG performed very well with him, getting regional first place finishes, except for the majors, the online majors they had. He got third and then second place. The team started to slightly fall off a little bit towards 2021. They got top 16 at SI 2021 with SSG, and that's when he had enough and decided to join Dark Zero. Probably also a good reason why is probably the paycheck. Dark Zero is owned by a billionaire. Or a millionaire, I don't remember. Point is, Canadian joins Dark Zero. Gets top 16 at the Sweden Major. Okay, growing pains. They start to do better. He gets top 8 at SI 2022. And then after a third place finish in the stage 1 of the 2022 NAL, he ends up winning the 6 Charlotte Major against Astralis, which is already pretty good. And then he gets, fifth place in NAL season 2022. Ends up getting third overall. At 2023 SI, he gets top 12, then second at NAL 2023. Top 14 to Copenhagen Major. Doesn't do too well. Wins like a CL Pro-Am tournament. Gets top 8 at the 2023 Atlanta Major. Top 6 at SI 2024. Top 4 at the Manchester Major. Overall doing pretty okay. Got top 8 at the Esports World Cup. And then he gets dropped. This is due to personality issues or just a clash of philosophies, really. But he ends up joining Sonics, in which he instantly wins the NAL stage and gets top 8 at the Montreal Major. And honestly, the team is looking like a favorite. The combination of Super's coaching and Canadian's IGLing is very nice. And Canadian is still playing and still gunning to win another invitational. He remained a legend, still is a legend, and it's honestly very, very impressive. The second person who won the 2017 Invitational and then ended up, you know, kept going was Necrox. So Necrox ended up playing the same on Evil Geniuses and all that, but when Evil Geniuses left, a little bit after they dropped Canadian, or after Canadian left, let me clarify, they end up not really going anywhere. So they end up not really making it anywhere. They got screwed over by Evil Geniuses, and Necrox ended up coaching like a CL team afterwards, but I never really played again. I guess he just lost the will to play. He had the same results, very disappointing, very average. End up going to CL, and honestly, after that, you don't really want to play anymore. I get it. So he ended up just not playing anymore, and that was the end of Necrox. There really isn't much to say else. Young is more of an interesting case because he's retired, but he tried to get back into the game. So he had the same situation as Young. Ended up not doing too well after EG blew up. He ended up going to CL on TLD, The Last Dance, which was a pretty good CL team. They won CL Stage 1. They got third place CL Stage 2. Almost qualified for SI 2021. But there was no relegation anymore, so there was nothing else really to do. And so he ended up not playing anymore and retired. King George is a completely different story. After winning SI 2017 on Continuum, he left for a team called Vertical Gaming. He got second in Pro League's Year 2 Season 1 in NA. He got top 8 in the finals. Got second again, top 8 in the finals on Rogue this time instead, because I believe Vertical Gaming ended up going to Rogue. And then he played on Rogue for a little bit, and then he retired to instead do content. And now, King George is, well, King George. Simple as. NVK is an interesting case. He started competing underage. Like, 10 years ago, he was 16. He was playing in Pro League at 16, so I mean, he kind of broke the rule book, but we ball. And he also won SI, I believe, either right after 18 or even before he was 18. So, interesting. Wins SI, probably underage. Stays on team, does well, similar with Young and Necrox. Gets screwed over, and then he ends up not really be able to find a team, gets really washed up, and then he gets picked up by Exet, does so incredibly horrible, gets relegated, gets absolutely memed, joins a CL team, one-shot LFO, does honestly a little better there, but still doesn't make anywhere, and then just stops playing, which makes sense. I mean, no real reason to play. SI 2018 was won by Penta Esports. Penta, I mean, this is going to cover basically 2019 as well as 2018, but there's going to be a slight change. So, Goga was an EU player for a very long time. He ended up joining Penta sometime around 2017 before they even made to SI 2018. They make it to SI 2018, they win it, and then they start dominating. They get second place at the Season 7 finals. Fabian blames it on a new operator, whatever. Get first in Europe. First in OGA Pit Season 1 Europe. Third at DreamHack Valencia, which they claim to have trolled. Win the 6 major pairs. Get first in Season 8 of European Pro League. Win the Pro League finals. Win DreamHack Winter 2018. Win SI 2019 again. Get third in Pro League Season 9. Get second at the Rally Major, get top 12 at the Montreal DreamHack, and then they fail to qualify for SI 2020. Crazy, huh? And then, but this was with Vitality, so on G2, that was over. Vitality fell to qual, got about top 8 finishes on average, didn't do very well, ended up joining a Spanish team. Played on a Spanish team in the national leagues, farmed them for a paycheck, and then he ended up retiring. Pretty easy career. Fabian, somewhat similar. So, Fabian as a player ended up playing everything with G2. But then he split with G2 after they qualified to SI 2020 and failed. They got invited to it. He just left and he went to Vitality with Goga. Ended up playing in Vitality, very disappointing results, and then he eventually made a CL team. Failed to qualify for CL with Delta Project. Played some tournaments and whatnot. And I just, he switched to coaching. Or he switched to the desk. Then he went to coaching. Coached G2. They won SI 2023, so he won Invitational 3 times. Got top 8 at Copenhagen. Left G2 after getting top 8 at Gamers 8 2023. Joined PSG Talon. Got first in Korea. Top 11 at Manchester. First, top 16 Esports World Cup. Then ended up kind of falling off a bit, but he's still going. He's still a legend, similar to Canadian. Jonas had a bit of a sadder story. It is very unfortunate. Felt very betrayed. Ended up playing with G2 winning SI 2018, SI 2019, getting 3rd place in Europe Season 9, and then he ended up getting dropped. Played on Finnish team for a bit, then ended up going to Secret, and then he just retired. Unfortunately, that was the end of his story. He didn't want to play after the people he considered family dropped him, and that's understandable. Pangu is an interesting story because similarly to Fabian, he did have quite a few achievements, but he stayed with G2. So after winning SI 2018, teams stayed together for a while. SI 2019 he won, and then he stayed with G2 even after SI 2020. The team got a complete rebuild. They got 3rd in EUL 2020. Almost won the 6 August 2020 major. Farmed regional leagues. Started falling off in EUL, but won the EUL 2020 finals. And then he ended up retiring. He played a few PUG games and so forth, and he just became a caster. But he stayed with G2 his entire career. He retired, never played again. Always did well, and he retired after winning the EUL 2020 finals. Really beautiful career, honestly. Shate won the 2018 Invitational, but he was dropped before he could get to the 2019 Invitational. He was honestly only playing on SI 2018 for a little bit, but then after that he ended up getting dropped. He went back to ENTS. He got traded for Kanta. Stayed with ENTS, played on Mouse Sports in Europe, played on Sisu, played with Chaos, all very low to mid-tier teams, got relegated. Played with Secret for a little bit, didn't do too well either, and then he ended up just, I don't even remember what it was. I think he became a sub for a team. He became a sub for Heroic. He was a content creator for Mirage or a coach or something. And then just became a content creator, and that's it. And a sub for Heroic. About it. Nothing crazy there. 2019, we're not going to go over all these G2 players again, but we are going to go over Kanto Raketti, who was their main change. Kanto Raketti joined G2 right before the 2019 Invitational. A little bit before. So it's more so he joined Penta for Season 7 finals, got 2nd place, won the Paris Major in 2018, won Pro League Finals Season 8, played SI 2019, won it, got 2nd at Raleigh, and then he started falling off with the rest of G2, but he stayed alongside Pengu after SI 2020, kept playing on G2, and even after the finals when Pengu retired, he stayed on the team, got 5th place. Then at SI 2021, they fell off. He got 16th place, didn't do too well, and then he ended up getting dropped, basically. So he played on Delta Project while he looked for a team. He got on Rogue. On Rogue, he got 6th place stage 1, not too well. 2nd place stage 2, better. And then he won the Berlin Major in 2022. Stayed on Rogue/Koi. Got top 6 at SI 2023. And then EUL, he started to fall off. He joined TT9, which did not work out well. He did very poorly in EUL. Very, very poorly. Joined ITB. Did pretty good. He he did fairly decent performance-wise towards the LCQ. Got second place, didn't quite make it, and then he ended up getting dropped for a while. Had the worst performance out of any pro player ever. Like, the fall off was monumental. I cannot describe it in any other way. It was legendary. Then he got picked back up by the ex-Rogue roster, continued to do shit, and I got dropped, and I don't know if he's going to find a team again. Now we are at the Six Invitational 2020. We went over Canadian Bosco's career, so we're going to go over Thinking Nade and Rampy and Fultz. After SI 2020, Thinking Nade kept playing with SSG. The performances stayed about the same, fairly decently, but then after Canadian left, the results became disappointing. He got top 8 at the Six Mexico Major 2021, and then he got dropped. After getting dropped, he subbed in and played a bit with, a few, here and there, like CL Team, Nocturnes Academy, but after that, he kind of retired. He didn't really want to play again. I believe him said, yeah, he's completely gone. But Thinking Nade definitely was a legend of his time. Rampy is a little different. He's still playing. He's still kicking. After the SI disappointment in Mexico Major, he stayed on the team. He got first place in Stage 3 of 2021, top 8 Sweden, top 12 SI 2022, top 12 Jönköping, top 12 SI 2023, and then with the rebuild of SSG, he got dropped, similar to Bosco, if I remember right. Instead, though, he joined Mirage, which was a 8th, 7th place team, pretty bad. Joined Wildcard together with Bosco. They played for a little bit, didn't do too well, ended up getting dropped from Wildcard. Then he played on SSG Academy ever since, and he's been like a top 4 CL team player. Honestly, his fall off is massive. It needs to be studied in a lab. People hyped him. I think he's a good player, but something happened, and I don't think he will be in Pro League again. Fultz is the only player to still be on SSG, and he's been there for like 7 years. So this one's going to be an interesting case. Wins SI 2020, all the same stuff as everyone else, SI 2023, but when the rebuild happens, he stays. So gets 3rd at NAL Stage 1, 5th Stage 2, 1st at the Stage 2 LCQ, makes it to Atlanta, gets top 8 at the 2024 SI, top 16 at the Manchester Major, top 8 at the Montreal Major. Pretty okay. A decent like top 4 team, but in my opinion, SSG is very inconsistent, and I do think Fultz is probably the most consistent player on that team, so I think he will stay. The winner of SI 2021 was the first Brazilian team to win an SI, and that was NIP. So this is going to be where it gets really interesting. NIP had Kamikaze, who ended up basically being on NIP after winning SI 2021, got 3rd at Stage 2 of the Brazil League, got top 12 at Mexico Major, got 2nd at the Sweden Major, top 5 finishes regionally, did pretty well in the finals though. Top 16 at SI 2022, top 12 at the Berlin Major, ended up getting dropped. Played a little, subbed in it for the Atlanta Major for Alpha Theris, and then he just played pug stacks with Raza, and he's kind of retired basically. He's a content creator now. Psycho is still on NIP, has been since 2018, a very long-standing member, a legend. Won SI 2021, same results, all up till the Berlin Major, but then they fell off. They got 10th place in Stage 3, 9th place in the entire year season, 10th place Stage 1 of the 2023 Brazil League. Won the LCQ though, so somehow made it to the Major, got top 8 there. And then they started doing better, got 3rd into Stage 2 of the Brazil League, got top 14 at the Atlanta Major, got top 12 at SI 2024, then fell off again, got 9th at the 2024 Stage 1, got 6th at Stage 2 of 2024, and failed to qualify to this year's Invitational. So his future is not known, but he fell off massively due to the increase in competition and, in my opinion, incompetent roster moves. Julio's an even more interesting case because after the Sweden Major, he stayed with NIP. They did pretty okay, but then he got dropped after failing to qualify to Gamers Without Borders. Ended up joining W7M, won Stage 3 of the Brazil League, got top 4 at a Jönköping Major, became a pretty good regional, team. Got second place at SI 2023, and then he got dropped. He became a coach, coached Furia for a little bit, ended up getting dropped again, joined M&M, and this was after getting like top 8 on Furia as a coach in Berlin. He got top 8 with M&M, proved himself as like a legendary coach, like getting good results, joined an APAC team, helped them get top 12 at SI 2024, top 11 at Manchester, did well throughout, and now, allegedly, he's going to join BDS, so things worked out well for Julio. Muzi is similar to Psycho, where he stayed on NIP the whole time, but he got dropped after the Stage 1 of the 2024 Brazil League, and he has not found a team since, so unfortunate situation. He's been focusing on content creation recently, but he is still looking for a team. Pino is still at SI, so same thing, still at NIP. Pino is still on Ninjas in Pajamas, and he's still with Psycho. No idea what's going to happen with him. They did not make the partner program. I just don't know what's going to happen. Six Invitational 2022 is another interesting case where an unexpected team won, and in this case it was Team Solomid. So what ended up having to achieve, the captain of TSM? Well, after winning SI 2022, he stayed on the team. He ended up just falling off monumentally. They'd made a roster change, won Stage 3, got top 8 at the Jönköping Major, did okay, didn't qual to SI. He ended up getting dropped by TSM, joined Arg Zero, got second place in NAL Stage 1, but had the worst performance ever, did bad in Copenhagen Major, and then he got dropped. Merc had a bit of a different story. Similarly, he stayed on TSM until after failing to qualify for SI 2023 when TSM pulled out. Joined SSG for a bit, left due to a culture difference. Joined Wildcard, got top 4, left, joined Sonics, did not so well, and then he subbed for Wildcard, but he's currently not on a team and is now currently focusing on content creation. Bello retired from Rainbow Six Siege after playing on TSM, after they failed to qualify for NA. About a year later, he joins Dark Zero, gets top 6 at SI 2024, 3rd in NAL 2024 Stage 1, top 4 at Manchester, top 8 at Esports World Cup, top 14 at the Montreal Major, and all around, they're doing okay. He's doing all right. Geometrics has a bit of a weird sort of history. So he gets picked up by Evil Geniuses after they won SI 2017 as a replacement for somebody. Ends up being on Evil Geniuses until they get screwed over. TSM picks him up. Wins the SI 2022. Plays for a little bit, and then he gets a drop for a Tier 2 player, which is insane. Joins Sonics, doesn't really do too much, gets top 4 at Jönköping, which isn't bad. Top 16 at SI 2023, top 4 at Copenhagen, top 14 at Atlanta, top 6 at SI 2024. Does well does pretty bad in Stage 1 of 2024. Gets dropped due to not fitting the team's playstyles in IGL, and ends up not playing again. Shala had a bit of a easier story, to say the least. He won SI 2022. He fell off. Then he got dropped alongside Geo and just retired. Now he's happy. He's living life. Brother's doing good. I played against him once in unranked. That guy is a beast, still. SI 2023 was won by G2 Esports, which nobody saw coming. I really don't know how, but it'd be great to go over what happened to them afterwards. Benjamaster joined last second for SI 2023. He went from Hero to G2, won the event, did pretty okay in regionally, got top 8 at Copenhagen, top 8 at Gamers 8, fell off in stage 2, qualified to the major anyway through the LCQ run, got top 4 at Atlanta, did okay, top 4 at SI 2024, 5th in EUL stage 1 2024, then he only got top 20th at Manchester, and got eliminated by Furex. Afterwards he got dropped, he got picked up by SSG, and then he got top 8 at Major Montreal. So Benjamaster is still playing, but unfortunately he switched sides to NA, and now he'll be cursed in the retirement home known as SSG. If you thought that Benjamaster had a bad fall-off, Blur's fall-off was even more monumental. Won SI 2023, played a stage, got second, got top 8 at Copenhagen, instantly gets dropped for no reason, plays in CL, then moves to Korea to play on a Korean team and got 4th place in Korea somehow, so that's a monumental fall off. I don't know what he's doing now, but it's really disappointing considering his great mechanical skill. Since winning Six Invitational 2023, Doki has stayed on G2 the whole time. He did not change at all, so same results, etc. You know, 20th in Manchester, made a roster move, did a little better. Made to Major Montreal, got top 16, still disappointing. Might not make it to SI 2025. That's still up for grabs. We'll see that soon. But Doki stayed on G2, G2 fell off. It'll be interesting to see what happens in the next coming months. Alma has an interesting history before G2, but we're going to go and talk about his history with G2. He joined G2, after Team 1's poor run, etc. Won SI 2023. Same thing as Doki, stayed on the team ever since. Disappointing finishes. Virtue did not stay with G2. So, Virtue was on at G2 rebuild in 2020. He ended up winning SI 2023. Same thing, all up until Major Manchester 2024. Afterwards, he got dropped and he got picked up by Team Secret, in which he got 2nd place in EUL Stage 2 of 2024. And then he got top 8 at the Montreal Major, only losing to BDS. Last but not least, we have our final team to go over, and that will be W7M. So this team won the last Invitational. 2025 Invitational is right around the corner, so this is a big reason why I'm focused on making this video and finally putting it out, as it's been an idea I've had for a while. If you've been enjoying watching this so far and you find the information interesting or informative, please let me know. And I hope that you guys can, like, subscribe, let me know what you want to see different or more in the comments. Without further ado, let's go over our last team. W7M, when they won SI 2024, they won everything the year leading up to it. So they won Copenhagen, Atlanta, etc. 2024. They win it, get picked up by Furia for that fat paycheck, and then they fall off. Top 8 at Manchester. They didn't even make the Montreal Major. I mean, yeah, they got top 4 at Esports World Cup. 4th in Stage 2. Like I said, lost to Black Dragons in a best of 3. Did not make the event. Same thing with Philippox. The roster didn't change. Same thing with the entire team. They did not make a roster change, but they failed to qualify. And right now at SI 2025, they will have a chance to win again. Otherwise, we don't know what's going to happen. But that one's simple enough. Nothing happened since then. They just fell off, and nobody knows what's going to happen now. With that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you guys enjoyed. Please do let me know what kind of content you'd like to see in the future, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Bye.